नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणी। उमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर् गोविंदः सर्वकारण कारणम्। ओम तत्सत्। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the King of Secrets, Raja Guphyam. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 14th chapter, the three modes of material nature. Now, we successfully started the 15th chapter, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Krishna is giving us very nice analogies for us to understand everything from the beginning, so that we can easily understand. Even to explain how the soul is inside this body, we already studied in the 13th chapter. Krishna gave such a great analogy, very easy for us to understand. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat akasham nopalipyate sarvatra avastita dehe tatatma nopalipyate. So easy to understand. This akasha, this space, which is pervading everywhere, doesn't mix with anything. Similarly, the soul, which is pervading this entire body, doesn't mix with the body. How easy to understand. Very nice example, analogy Krishna gave us to understand that we are not the body, we are the soul. So, that way, Krishna is actually giving us excellent examples, analogies for us to understand everything. So, we understand in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is very clearly teaching us that simply by taking shelter into this Bhagavad Gita, we will attain him, no doubt. That means we are listening to him. And as Krishna said very clearly, that with this knowledge, there is nothing else is there for us to know. Everything is in the same place. Everything Krishna is teaching us very clearly. We know the relationship between body, mind, senses, intelligence, soul, everything. Indriyani parani ahur, indriyebhya param manah, manasastu para buddhi, yo buddhe paratastu saha. And we also know that The senses are roaming everywhere. And our eternal enemy is lust. And it is occupying our senses, mind, intelligence, everything. Asyadhisthana muchyade etet vimuhayati esa jnanamavritya degam. Indriyani manobuddhir asyadhisthana muchyade. So indriyani, mano, buddhi, senses, mind, intelligence. Asyadhisthana muchyade. So it is seated, it is situated in the mind, senses, and intelligence. What is lust? When our mind is thinking about sense objects, so that means lust is there in our mind. When our senses are engaged in gratifying the senses with the sense objects, so that means this lust is situated there. And our intelligence is carried away by that, so that means lust is there. Kama is there. Indriyanam gicharatam yanmanona vidiyade tatasya harati prajna vayurnavam vivambas. So, that way, these are the sitting places. Mind, senses, and intelligence. And it's bewildering us. Etaiki vimuhayati esa jnanam avritya deginam. So it covers our real knowledge. Jnanam avritya. It covers our real knowledge and bewildering us. Avritam jnanam etena jnanino nityavairinam kamarupena kaunteya duspurena analena cha. Avritam jnanam etena. So by covering our knowledge, jnanam, avritam jnanam etena, jnanino nitya vairina. So it is the eternal enemy of the knowledgeful person, jnani. Kama rupena kaunteya duspurena analena. So its form is kama, and it is very difficult to control, and it burns like fire. Duspurena analena. That's why Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita, Tasmatvam Indriyani Adam Niyamya Bharatarshava. So only when we control our senses, then that means we are curing that disease, that we are not letting kama, the lust, to sit in our senses, mind, intelligence. So that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we need to conquer our enemy, so that is the lust. Jagisatru Mahabahu Kama Rupam Durasa. That's what Krishna said. So that is possible only by controlling the mind. So by controlling the mind, we can purify the mind, senses, and intelligence. That's what is very important. Because if the mind is not controlled, if the mind is focusing on the senses, sense objects, then the intelligence also is carried out. So we need to control the mind. So when we control the mind, that means the mind is not focusing on the sense objects. That means the intelligence is very well established. So that's why controlling the mind is very important. So intelligence is there with us. Only when the mind is not controlled, we will not have intelligence. But when the mind is controlled, we will have intelligence. In fact, with intelligence only, we can control the mind. That's what Krishna is teaching us. Shanai Kshanai Uparame Buddhyadritigrihitaya Atma Samstam Manakritva. So Buddhyadritigrihitaya Atma Samstam Manakritva Nakinchittapi Chintaye means only by Buddhya, only by intelligence only, we can get the determination, and with that determination, we will be able to control the mind, the Driti. So all these things, they need Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So if you have Bhagavad Gita knowledge, if you are able to focus our mind on Krishna, so then we will gain the knowledge, we'll gain the intelligence, we'll gain the devotion unto Krishna, we'll gain all the strength, what we need, that yoga balam, to please Krishna, serve Krishna, and gain intelligence, and then we will be able to go to Goloka. So that way, Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge, is giving us everything we need. With that, our path is all set and we know what to do, and there is no confusion at all, and we will be able to make decisions correctly, because with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when our only desire is to serve Krishna, nothing else. That should be our only desire. Whatever we want to do, we should only think immediately that whether Krishna also wants that or not. That means we should know Krishna's expectations very clearly. Whatever we are doing, we should know whether Krishna likes that or not. If Krishna doesn't like that, if we do that, then how can we please Krishna? So the only way we can know what Krishna wants is by knowing this Bhagavad Gita. Here only Krishna is teaching us clearly, do this and don't do this. Everything Krishna is teaching us. So with Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we will be able to do everything correctly. So that's why Krishna is teaching us that for doing an action or not doing an action, we should decide only based on Bhagavad Gita. Shastram, tasmat shastram pramanante karya akarya vyavasthitam. That's what. Only based on the shastra, you karya akarya vyavasthitam. Jnatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartum viharvas. So Bhagavad Gita is giving us all the knowledge what we are supposed to do. What we should do and what we should not do, everything is very clear. So that way we understand very well the three modes of material nature are very strong and very powerful, and they're controlling us. And only by surrendering unto Krishna, only by rendering devotional service unto Krishna, we can free ourselves from the three modes of material nature. So all this knowledge is very, very clear with this Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita purifies our soul, and we will be able to engage our body, mind, senses, intelligence, everything to purify ourselves. So we understand, in the beginning I mentioned about the relationship between body, mind, senses, intelligence, everything. But we should use all of these tools which are in our hands to purify ourselves. Use the body to serve Krishna, use the mind to think about Krishna, use the senses to engage in Krishna's services, use the karmendriyas to do all the activities, actions only meant to please Krishna. So that way, our body, mind, senses, intelligence, everything should be used only in Krishna's service. Kayena manasa buddhya kevalair indriyairapi yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma suddhi. That's what we are supposed to do. Sangam tyaktva atma suddhi. So with the body, with the mind, with the intelligence, kayena manasa buddhya kevalair indriyairapi. So with the body and senses, everything, we should do all the activities without any attachment to the results. If you do like that, if you offer everything unto Krishna, if you are doing everything for the satisfaction of Krishna, so then Krishna is teaching us very clearly that we are not going to be bound by the reactions at all. Brahmanadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotyaga lipyate nasa papena padma padram ibambasam. So if we do all the activities only for Brahman, Brahmanadaya, only for Supreme Brahman, Brahman, only for Krishna. Brahmanadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotya. Sangam tyaktva. So give up the attachment. So don't have any attachment. Sangam tyaktva karotyaga lipyate nasapapena. So that means we are not going to be touched by sin. That's what lipyate nasapapena. So we are not going to be touched by the sin, just like the lotus leaf is not touched by water. Padma Padram, Padma Patram Ivambasha. That's what Krishna is teaching. So the lotus leaf is not untouched by water. So similarly, we won't be touched by sin. Lipyate na sapapena. When we offer everything unto Krishna, when we do everything for Krishna, that's what we need to know. We need to do all our activities in such a way that we should not get any sins, we should not get any sinful reactions. That's very important. Every day, whatever we do, we need to make sure that we are not committing any sins. That's very, very important. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us very clearly how to do actions without getting any reactions. So that's why Tate Karma Pravakshami Yajnatva Mokshashe Ashubha. So I shall explain to you what is karma, by knowing which you will be freed from all the asubhas, all the problems, all the miseries. Idam Tute Gukyatamam Pravakshami Anasuyave Jnanam Vijnana Sagidam Yajnatva Mokshashe Ashubha. So today I am teaching you this most confidential knowledge. Idam Tute Gukyatamam Pravakshami Anasuyave Jnanam Vijnana Sagitam, both with theoretical and practical knowledge. Yajnatva Mokshashe Asubhat. So by knowing this, you will be freed from the pangs of material miseries. That's what Krishna is teaching us. By studying Bhagavad Gita, by understanding this jnana, vijnana, this knowledge, and by following this Bhagavad Gita, we are understanding everything very clearly. There's no doubt, no confusion. Everything is very, very clear. Krishna is teaching us very clearly. So just by doing this, by Krishna's costless mercy, we will go to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. So that's what we need to understand. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving us the knowledge where we will not suffer. So we'll go to Goloka. So we will be ready to go to Goloka with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So it is taking us to Goloka, this Bhagavad Gita. So that's what we are gaining, and we just have to follow. And as Krishna is teaching us very clearly in Bhagavad Gita, that all our sins will come to an end. Everything. Antagatam papam. There is no doubt about it. All our sins, which we have already committed sins in the past, that will all be erased. And we are not going to commit any more sins. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhav sadureva samantavyak samyak vyavasito hi saga. Even if a person commits most abominable activities, but if he is still engaged in my devotional service, he should be considered only saintly, because he will quickly become righteous and attains everlasting peace. What else we need? Shipram bhavati dharmatma sasvachantim nigacchati. Shipram, very quickly, he will become dharmatma and he will attain sasvachantim nigacchati. Sasvachantim, everlasting peace. That is sasvachantim. So that means we are going to be peaceful all the time. Permanent peaceful life. That means permanent blissful life. So when it happens, bhajate mam ananya bhav. That's what. If we render devotional service unto Krishna without any deviation, so then it is guaranteed that we are going to go to Goloka. It's guaranteed that we are not going to suffer anymore. So by Krishna's costless mercy, now we are successfully studying the 15th chapter. So in the 14th chapter, the last sloka, sloka number 27, what we studied. Brahmano hi pratistaham amritasya vyayasya cha shasvatasya cha dhammasya sukhasya ikantikasya cha. So I established this Brahman which is immortal and which is permanent, imperishable, and which is eternal, and it is dharmasya, full of righteous place, and sukhas ekantikasya jam. So it has unlimited happiness, ultimate happiness. It is the place where we can experience ultimate happiness. So, and I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and it is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. So then in the 15th chapter, the very first sloka, Krishna gave us an analogy. Again, another very nice example to understand about our life in this material world. It's very clear. When we understand this inverted banyan tree, we will understand very clearly how we are struggling and suffering in this material world, how we are entangled in this material world. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhvamulam Matah Sakam Asvatam Prapuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Sabeda Vite. So the root is going upward. The main trunk of the banyan tree is going upwards, Urdhva Moolam. And the branches are going downwards, Ataka Sakam. Aswatam Pragur Avyam. So it is not that Aswatam, it's a banyan tree. So it is eternal. So Avyam. So Chandamsi Asya Pannani. The leaves are, it's Vedic hymns. Vedic hymns are leaves. So Chandamsi, Vedic hymns are Pannani, leaves. Yastam Veda Sa Veda Vid. Anyone who knows about this banyan tree, he knows the Vedas. So he is a Vedavid. So that's what Krishna is teaching us, Vedavid. So we are going to know that. We are going to know about that banyan tree in just 3-4 slokas. Like first sloka we are studying, then second and tomorrow, and then second sloka we are studying today, and then third and fourth tomorrow. Just by knowing these 4 slokas, we will understand about this banyan tree. So that means we are the Vedavid. We will understand the Veda. That means we can declare that we know Vedas. That's it. We understand Vedas just by knowing this banyan tree. How easily, how nicely, in just 2-3 slokas, 3-4 slokas, Krishna is explaining the Vedas to us. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Then in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing. Atastodvam prasiddhas tasya saka guna pravriddha vishaya pravana adascha mulani anusandatani karmani bandhini manushya-loke. Karmanu bandhini manushya loke. So how nicely Krishna is explaining about this banyan tree. So the roots are also going downwards. Adas chodvam prasiddhaga tasya saka. The branches are also going downwards. So going upwards. Urdhva. Urdhva means upwards. So branches goes upward and downward. So that is the tree. We can see that branches going up and down like that, even in the banyan tree. So that's what Krishna is saying, that atas chodvam prasrittas, it's extended. Tasya saka, the branches, they go upward also. In the previous sloka, urdhva moolam, ataka sakam. So ataka sakam means it's going downward. So here, atas chodvam, it's going both downward and upward. So the branches are going. And guna pravriddha visaya pravalaka. So it's getting nourished by the 3 modes of material nature. So that's what is guna pravriddha. And the twigs are the sense objects, the twigs of the trees. So they are vishaya pravalaka. They are the sense objects. And adascha mulani, and the roots are also going downwards. In the 15th chapter, first shloka, the very first line, Krishna said that Urdhva Moolam, that is going upward, the root. Here, Adascha Moolani, the roots are also going downward, and those roots, so basically the roots which are coming from the branches. So banyan tree, it has got a central trunk. So that is just in this inverted banyan tree, that central trunk, that is going upwards, that root is going upwards. But all the roots which are coming from the branches, that is going downwards, and that is binding. Anusandadani karmanu bandini. So it is binding us to actions, activities. So endeavors, karmanu bandini, manushya loke, in this world where humans are living, manushya loke. So those roots are binding us to this material world. So all the roots which are going from the branches, which are all going downwards, which is binding us to this material world. That's what adascha moolani anusantatani karmanu bandini manushya loke. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. So that's what we need to understand. So very nicely, Krishna is explaining about this banyan tree, our life. So in the next two slokas, when we study tomorrow, you will understand even more clearly why Krishna is giving this kind of analogy to understand about our life in this material way. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the second sloka of the 15th chapter today. And now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Parniyapan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, even we could not discuss on what you taught on Saturday, really, because of the problem of, I think, internet problem.
Yes, Prabhu, you had a
Yes.
problem with internet connection.
That also, about first sloka, it is very
Yes,
interesting
correct.
actually. And even initial explanation of yours, that is better to teach Bhagavad Gita to the normal people and do that duty so that you will be doing the regular duty to Krishna. That's a very interesting thing, really speaking. That is a thing which we can follow. Actually speaking, in villages and small towns, it is better, what I felt. I'm thinking on that line many days. I have to try. So that is a very interesting thing. That
Yes.
Whatever we know, we can not necessarily that we have to know 100%. At least whatever we know, we can teach to them.
Yes.
That is the thing which I thought. And then today's sloga also very interesting thing, because the uprooted banyan tree, that is we can say the root is up and then the branches are down. That is a very interesting thing which we are hearing. Another two more slokas, as you said, it will complete the Veda learning. That is another interesting thing
Yes,
which is going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Rajeshwari Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா குருஜி.
Hare Krishna.
இன்னைக்கு விளக்க உரையில ரொம்ப பிரமாதமா நல்லா இருந்தது. ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Venkatanagarjun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you Guruji for today class. Hare
Thank
Krishna Guruji. Dhanyavad Pranamam Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Enjoyed the session, interesting interaction with the devotees. Really, we are enjoying. In the beginning, we have said control minds, and then intelligence. So whatever we do, we don't have the attachment with the results. Really interesting session going on, and today's sloka also the tree and banyan tree branches. Really interesting session. Thank you, Guruji, for a wonderful class. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Krishna's mercy.
What Palneappan Prabhuji told us, right? Means we should discuss, we should start telling, then everything means for us also it will be good. It will be stay
Exactly.
in our mind deeply.
Yes, Mother. That's very important. Yeah, when we tell others, it will benefit us a lot. We will be able to receive Krishna's prasadam, mercy. Actually, we'll be able to feel that actually by giving this knowledge to others. Krishna will be protecting us, saving us, serving us, everything. Yes, ma'am.
True Guruji. Most of the time I feel that means many problems come and it will go in a easy way.
That's it. Yeah, just it goes away. Problems will come, but this material world is full of problems. But Krishna is there. He is saving us. That's why we should. For that reason, we should be engaged always in Krishna's service. Actually, especially spreading Krishna's message.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Namo Nandisa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you very much for the class, Guruji. Thank you for helping us to disentangle from the banyan tree, which is ever growing, ever spreading tree.
But in the next sloka, we are going to study tomorrow. Krishna says there is no beginning, no end, actually.
Yes. It's a really amazing tree, this banyan tree. I never cease to wonder looking at the tree and how big it can grow.
It is correct.
So comparing that to the material world is also very nice. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Dandavat Pranam Guruji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare.
Dandavat Pranam Guruji.
Dandavat Pranam. Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for the nice class.
Yes, Mataji.
Very interesting chapter, Guruji.
No doubt.
We all are entangled in this banyan tree. So we should cut down all our attachments one by one and attain the real tree of the spiritual world of Krishna. That's the real knowledge, Guruji.
This is the real knowledge, no doubt. Yes,
Thank you, Guruji, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice class. Really, it is a class by which all the souls are cleansed by your mercy, and really we are daily, you are motivating us and to a level of elevate to that spiritual level. That is the way of life, and really blissful life we can lead in this material world. We can get released from this bondage. Only the Gita. So Lord Krishna is very merciful, and how we should be like Arjuna. We should follow the ideals and principles. Although by warrior in profession, but he could become a good devotee. That is a very strange, we should learn from this. And from a scholar, from a pandit, that he is not the way of life, but that kind of dedication. He realizes, he repents. As I misbehaved as a friend or other things I told you, then realizes Krishna shows and is the Vishwavatar, the universal form. So it is a very nice, and we are very happy to be here. And we are regularly, you are enlightening us, and we should not miss at this cost any moment also. 1 second is very precious for us. Life is worthless. When we realize this material world, we are enmeshed and entrapped with this material. How to get released? Only Gita is the only medium, and Gita is the only power. It is a real kind of and it is a guiding star. It guides to be ennoble, how we are engrossed with the divinity, and that is the way of life. Really, I am very fortunate to be associated with this, and really every day. And yesterday also there is a channel I saw immediately in the movie, in that TV, Hare Krishna, ISKCON. I saw Sahadev Das or something like that. Oh, extremely the tales of wisdom. I got the ISKCON devotees are so kind enough to inculcate, inject, imbibe the Hare. So many things ISKCON has organized, and telling stories about Abdul or something. He was providing something, and I could forget that. And just that is the channel, and Hare Krishna ISKCON channel. And such a channel was there. I didn't have knowledge. So must be there. We have not searched. I have not searched. This is my ignorance, Ajnanata, and nothing else. If we are really charged with the Lord Krishna, we can find where is the ISKCON, different activities organized by ISKCON. We should go into that. We have been come so many years, still then we have not searched. I have not searched. So I realized now it is at any cost we should avoid total ISKCON, and that is devoted to Lord Krishna, and really that we can restore our culture, tradition. So thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Really, I am very, day by day, I could not expect that I cannot transform my life. But you, Guru, I am very thankful. Pranam, Guruji. You have changed me. You have transformed me. You try your level best to reform to right being, divine being. That I am very thankful and more indebted to you, Guruji, for your kind words and blessings upon me. So thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Satata naman, naman, naman.
Hare Krishna, let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna.